Hi YouTube, Simon here once again for the amazing fundamental changes. Today we're going to be looking at some rock vibrato techniques to create your memorable solos. Let's go and have a look at 3 examples of those just after this. Okay, so being expressive on the guitar and adding in vibrato can often make or break licks, and it can be the thing that really develops your own sound. Now, for me, it is the most important thing to develop. If you think of the best vocalists in the world, they all have fantastic vibrato. They go up to a note and then they add the vibrato in. So that's what we want to do on the guitar as well, because we're always trying to replicate the human voice when we're playing this instrument. So when you're doing these notes here, they're all around C sharp minor, pentatonic, C sharp blues. They shouldn't feel too problematic. By now you're getting used to the backing track. If you haven't seen the other videos, make sure you check those out. The hard thing to add in is bend vibrato. So what you want to do is bend up a note. Here on the start of example 1, we've got 12th fret bend on the B. So you bend up, hit the pitch of where you're bending to, and then add your vibrato in, and you tend to go 1, 2, 3, and stop. So you're going to go bend up, 1, 2, 3, and stop. And you're trying to keep it in tune at all times. Not easy to do with bend vibrato. For me, after bar chords, it's the second hardest thing to teach and to get perfectly right. Take some time with it. Practicing it, you're going to be on your 3rd finger when you're doing these bend vibratos. Don't do it on your little finger. The other vibratos, keep nice and wide, pulling kind of from the bottom of your wrist. You want this modern rock vibrato sound today. Obviously, you can try out other vibratos in a different time. I hope you enjoy example 1. Let's go and have a look at example 2. Okay, so similar ideas here, but coming up into position 2 of your minor pentatonic scale, up around the 12th, 14th frets. Again, you're bending up, hitting the note, then adding the vibrato. If you listen to guys like Dave Gilmour, they get this lovely swoop-in bend and then adding their vibrato, sounding so fantastic and memorable as well, emulating the human voice there. Nothing too complicated here. Check out the tab for more details. Let's have a look at example 3. Okay, so usually vibrato comes at the end of phrases or the end of little bars or the end of individual little licks, like we've seen in example 1 and 2. They're generally ending bars and stuff like that. This one I tried to sort of throw a little bit of a curveball in there, and I put vibrato in the middle of the lick. So it can either be used to punctuate kind of the end of our musical sentences, or it can be used as a highlight point in the middle of a sentence, just like me saying "and." It gives an exclamation point, as instead of me just blabbering on like this full sentence here. So in this example, we're using some double stop fourths on the G and the B strings, sliding these in 2 different positions, and then getting this little fun C sharp minor pentatonic run with the big fat chunky vibrato at the 9th fret. You can see my wrist there. The vibrato is really coming from the wrist and this part down. I'm pulling the wrist downwards towards the floor. I'm bending and manipulating the pitch of that note, but always coming back to the underlying pitch, which is what you want. You don't want to bend it out of tune and vibrato and wobble it. You want to have the pitch that you're working on and then bringing it in and out of that pitch by manipulating the strings. I hope that's given you something to work on. You can of course practice vibrato on all of your fingers, but the little finger, it's not going to come up so often. So index or 1st finger will come up all the time, middle fairly often. Ring finger will be used mainly, or 3rd finger mainly, for vibrato when you are bending. So those are the main examples there. So vibrato on bends, take some practice. Vibrato on your note, fill out your phrases by adding in vibrato to your normal blues and rock licks. See where you can add it in, see where it fits well. I hope you've got something from this lesson, and I will see you again soon for more lessons. Take care. Hi everyone, I really hope you got something from this vibrato lesson. Please head on over to Joseph's website, fundamentalchanges.com, check out his books on Amazon, and go and have a look at my YouTube channel, SDP Guitar, for way more free videos to inspire you in your playing. Take care, see you next time.